I'm a Christian. But I want to start this morning's thoughts with a little preamble that stems from a recent visit that Bonnie and I took to the mosque in Belmont for an open house and fast break meal last Sunday evening, just a week ago. And in light of recent rhetoric from so-called Christians towards our Muslim brothers and sisters, I'm really compelled to issue a plea to you this morning. I am sick and tired of having to qualify and explain my Christianity. I'm sick and tired of Christianity being seen as a religion that is full of divisive rhetoric and anti-Christ-like dogma, from the right-wing stance against marriage equality to the denial of climate change and science, and Dove World Outreach Center. Have you heard about that? A Christian church, supposedly Christian church, in Gainesville, Florida, that is planning a Quran burning on September 11th. I am sick and tired of bad Christianity defining what it means to be a Christian. We progressive, open, and affirming Christians bear an important responsibility for the tarnish on Christianity in America. We do a lot of good things. We stand with and for the oppressed. We care for the homeless and needy. We buy fair trade coffee and recycle. We do a lot of good things, but we often hide our Christianity because we don't want to have to explain ourselves. We don't want to have to know or assume that people will think we're one of them. Now, we need to continue being action-oriented, but I feel we must be open about our Christian faith as a foundational piece of our motivation and inspiration. I fear that continued silence about our understanding of the Christian message will fully and completely hand over Christianity to fearmongers and hate-based ideologues. My plea is this: be openly Christian. Come out as a Christian. When we are out and proud, then the reputation and reality of our faith tradition will begin to morph into one that is known for inclusivity, grace, equality, and justice. As you can see, I have a really beautiful wife. She is radiant. She is a radiant and brilliant partner in life. And for me, it was love at first sight. I remember the very moment and the place. I remember what she was wearing. I remember it. For her, I believe it was intrigue at first sight. And I eventually wore her down. We've been together for a little over 23 years, and I've introduced you to the boys, who are both intelligent, caring, and insightful, really beyond their years. And their insight is so keen that it doesn't take me a lot of work to explain that a primary role of mine is to keep Mom happy. And in our endeavor to keep Mom happy, one of the things we do, living in PSR student housing, we get a bathroom that the four of us share. So the premium space of the bathroom is really, we do our best to protect it as a mom zone. And there's a lot we don't do right, but one thing we do right is keep the seat down.
Guess what?
And every now and then I get to travel. I get to travel for work, and oftentimes that's alone. But one of the things that I take a lot of joy in when I travel alone, I will check into my hotel room, drop my stuff wherever I feel like dropping it. And even if I don't have to, I will go use the restroom and leave the seat up. Exactly, as my opportunity to flex my masculinity. And I mean, even to the point where it's and it's such a habit to take care of that little detail, that there are times where I will forget and automatically and unconsciously put it down, remember that I've done that later on, and go back in the bathroom specifically to lift it. Because in that space, it's my space. It's my space. I have use of it. I don't have to answer to anybody. I don't have to share with anybody. It's my space. And the truth is, we all need to have control over as many aspects of our lives and our destinies as we possibly can. We work really hard to maximize that control. And a sense of self-determination is essential to the human spirit. The freedom and power to exercise and practice the skills that are part of self-determination is as basic as the need for air. And we all find ways, no matter how small, to have dominion over some space, some practice, even if it's small, part of our lives. I purposefully take time out of my week to reflect on different aspects of life that relate to my family, my friends, my faith, and my work. And as executive director of Home and Hope, I have a unique opportunity to be front and center during one of the most, if not the most, difficult phases of life that a family goes through. So one of the practices that I engage in fairly often is to try to see life through the eyes of one of my Home and Hope parents, through a mom or dad in that program, and it is a daunting landscape. I wonder what it's like to have so little control over anything that I or my family have to contend with during a week. Things that we take for granted. These families, they share a space, communal space, with up to 4 other families. They have to keep all their daily supplies and materials in a locker that's about 16 feet square. They share 2 bathrooms and 2 showers with up to 12 non-family members. It's very difficult. As good as our program is, as wonderful as it is, it's a hard thing to be a part of and to not know what you're going to do next. Now, the only way to help the fathers and mothers in our program at Home and Hope regain control of their lives, to regain autonomy, is to help them to a state of independence, not dependence. And that is what the program was created to do from the very beginning, was to create and foster independence. And what we provide guests with during the time between homelessness and independence is the coverage of some basic needs. Take care of food, shelter, provide a safe environment free of condemnation and judgment. And you, as volunteers, combined with the paid staff at the day center, we offer up a lot of concern and care and compassion. Combined with some professional training, produces some pretty good results. Over 70% of our families leave us and go into their own independent living situation. That's a pretty good track record. Now, many of these families, when they leave us, they lose touch with us pretty quickly. Rightly so.